morning. Today is Friday, September 30th. It is Cycle Day 12, and it's National Chewing Gum Day.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. You may be seated.
This is it. For a starter, dance to this, cause you're getting smarter. Help, be polite and kind. Just for a minute, it'll help your mind. Pride, pride, pride. Yeah. He'll toss this. Look, kids. He'll toss this. You better get hype, kids. Ring the bell, the school's back in. Stop. TVIC time.
Good morning, Twin Valley Elementary Center, and happy Friday morning to you. Make sure this weekend you stay dry. It looks like the weather's going to be a little nasty, so I hope you still have a good weekend anyway. All right, today I'm in the newest class to level up here at TVEC, so I want to welcome you to Miss Trofo's class. All right, so Miss Trofo's class has just hit level 1, so obviously they have a choice to make. Do they want to take a level 1 prize, or do they want to go on and shoot for level 2? So let's ask them. Miss Trofo's class, what are you guys going to do? Level 2! And there you have it, an emphatic level 2, and that's absolutely awesome. So good luck to Miss Trofo's class. Now, one more announcement before I get into TVEX. Coming up in the middle of October, it's like, 2.5 weeks away, on October 14th, we have our Race for Education. So I already have looked online, and it looks like our school so far has raised over $6,000, which is absolutely fantastic. However, what I also noticed is that we only have 100 families out of our whole TVC signed up. So make sure if you need more information, let us know. But please make sure you sign up for that Race for Education, because everything helps, and it's a great time that we always have each year. All right, here we go for the TVEX. First one, and again, excuse any names that I get incorrectly. Tell me about it later, because I know I have one I mess up every year already on here. So here we go. Caleb Guerrero Freitas, Mrs. Hacker's class. Now, Caleb is such a hardworking kindergarten student. He's always listening, participating during group time. Caleb also shows his best effort when doing his own classwork. He is a model student. Caleb, awesome TVEC for you. Colton Diener in Mrs. Berger's class. Colton is a fabulous role model in class. He is helpful to his teacher and his peers, pays attention, follows direction, and is always respectful. I love that last one especially, being respectful. That's a TVEC for you, Colton. Chesney Howells in Mrs. Berger's class. Chesney did a fabulous job on her homework this week. She followed directions, wrote neatly, and tried her best. Trying your best is always great. Whoops, I missed. There you go. TVEC for you, Chesney. Kaylor Troya in Mrs. Berger's class. Kaylor did a fantastic job on his homework this week. Followed directions, wrote neatly, and again, tried his best. TVEC for you, Caleb. We have Scarlett Brow and Ryan Pastor in 4th grade, and this is from Mrs. Bell. It says, while in the hallway, Scarlett and Ryan noticed a large amount of paper towels on the floor outside of the bottom red bathrooms. Scarlett and Ryan picked up all the paper towels off the floor before quietly heading to their classrooms. Thank you, Scarlett and Ryan, for taking care of our school. That's awesome. 1, 2 TVEX. What's really great about that is they noticed something without being asked. They went and made something better. Absolutely wonderful, guys. Jude Stout for Mrs. King's class. Jude is using all the good habits that readers pick up. He has been carefully listening to how to pick up these great habits and showing that he's using them in the classroom. So, Jude, congratulations, TVEC for you. Julia Erikin, I'm going to go with. All right, Julia. It says that during math class in Mrs. King's class, a student returned to our class, wasn't sure what to do. I asked him to find a friend, and Julia shouted out, I am, and takes it to the bin where it belongs without, I messed that up, sorry. Let's see. During math, I asked him to find a friend. Julia shouted out, I am a friend, and she was quick to help a fellow student. Way to be a great friend and neighbor to Julia. So there you go, TVEC for you. Now this is where I got messed up because I was reading JoJo. So JoJo Garrett, Mrs. King. She has gone out of her way to keep our supplies where they need to be. If she finds anything on the floor, she's a problem solver and takes it to the bin where it belongs without having to be asked. She shows so much responsibility. TVEC to you, JoJo. All right, we have Elijah Conacelli, Mrs. Sanger's class. Elijah works hard completing work. Let's see. And staying focused and on the task at hand. Great job, Elijah. TVEC to you. Daniel Edwards from Mrs. Berger's class. He's a fantastic teacher helper. Daniel, you're having a great year. I've noticed already. Congratulations. TVEC to you. Jonas Kane in Mrs. King's class. Jonas found some supplies lying on the floor. Instead of bringing them to me, took them to the correct place, put them away, found her pencil, and put it in the pencil bin. He was a problem solver. Again, didn't have to be asked, just did something to make it better. Awesome job. That is a TVEC for you, Jonas. We got from Mr. Cola, Violet Mendoza. Says, Violet has been having an awesome year, and we're all very proud of her hard work. Way to go. Violet, TVEC to you. Next up, Zoe Grazioli in Dr. Burns' class. Zoe works hard in first grade, always willing to help when needed. Zoe, TVEC to you. Oh, we got another Kane, Brendan Kane from Mr. Cola. Brendan continues to try hard and do his work to the best ability that he can. What an awesome example of a fourth grader. Great work. So great job, Brendan. Very proud of you. We have Sophia Rogers in Mrs. Cherlin's class. She comes to school every day excited and ready to learn. Sophia is a positive force in the classroom and keeps us smiling every day. TVEC to you, Sophia. Let's see. A happy belated birthday to you and your sister as well, Sophia. All right, Silas Gartmeyer in Mrs. Cherlin's class. Silas was an extra kind, respectful member of our top red community when he greeted Dr. Burns in the hallway, telling her to have a nice day, and it literally made her day. So Silas, nice job. You're always a friendly student, and we appreciate that. TVEC for you. All right, Molly, I always mess up your name. I think it's Molly Lease. It's got to be Lease. All right, so Molly in Mrs. Lonsdale's class. Always comes to school with a positive attitude, ready to learn. She's a great role model in the classroom and always shows kindness to everyone around her. Molly, TVEC to you. Did I say the last name right? Yes, I did. Your sister confirmed it. All right, here we go. Thomas Batman in Mrs. Weaver's class. Thomas uses great manners when working in small groups. Instead of interrupting, he says, "Excuse me," and he waits patiently. That's awesome, Thomas. TVEC to you. Lily Amadeo Sowell. Mrs. Weaver's class. Lily shares her reading skills with those around her by modeling fluent reading. And I know I've heard you read, Lily. You're an excellent reader. Keep up the good work modeling. TVEC for you. Faith Busco in Mrs. Abadusky's class. Faith quietly and consistently does her work. She participates in class, kind of her peers. Responsible, wonderful helper. Faith, that's awesome. TVEC to you. Also, I hope that finger's okay. All right, next up is Mason Hennigan. Mrs. King, Mason has been working so hard in his learning. He's listening and following directions. He's showing how listening pays off with his learning. And that is my final TVEC of the day. So TVEC to you, Mason. All right, we're done. I hope you have a great Friday. Make sure you listen to your teachers. Again, stay dry over the weekend. All right, and remember to treat yourself well and always be kind to others. All right, Ms. Strofo's class, say goodbye. Bye, guys.